How are our Lenten goals so far? Our Lenten observances or practices? Challenging? Getting through it? Or keeping what we initially desired or planned or wanted to do? And probably it's also good. Why are we doing this in the first place? The call to prayer, to fasting, abstinence, almsgiving, and self-examination, and all this, that we are trying to do these days. Because again, this season, through the celebration of Lent in the church, would like us to realize and experience ourselves that there's more to enriching our bodily needs or pleasures, for that matter. And we have these readings today, and actually the core message is to put our trust and hope in the Lord, not in riches, not in worldly things, because true salvation only comes from Him. However, in the real practice and in the real circumstances of our life, it seems that many, if not every one of us, has that tendency to be deceived, because in our efforts to dedicate more time to really aspire for in terms of possessions, if we kind of call it that way, which do we prefer? Material riches or spiritual blessings? That's a tough thing to answer, right? Because again, we want comfort. We want to be enjoying pleasures, entertainment, and enrich our, at least in terms of lifestyle. And that's really the challenge. In fact, in this message from the book of the prophet Jeremiah, "Cursed is the man who trusts in human beings, who seeks his strength in the flesh, whose heart turns away from the Lord. He is like a barren bush in the desert that enjoys no change of season, but stands in a love of waste, a salt and empty earth. Blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord, whose hope in the Lord." In the responsorial psalm, "Blessed are they who hope in the Lord." The same message. And in the gospel, this rich man was not condemned because of his riches himself, but again with the fact that he was in error of just being so satisfied and comfortable with the riches that he had for selfish motives or self-satisfaction, without even taking care or carrying that poor Lazarus at the door of his house. And that's really the point, that with these blessings that we have in terms of material possessions, they're supposed to be also used in acts of charity and mercy, so that we may be able to have more opportunities to really care and become compassionate to those in need, which this rich man failed to do. And that is our hope, and prayer, that as we are being able to be enriched with the grace of God in the sacrament of the Eucharist, that while we deny, again, our bodily wants and even needs, because our desire is to be enriched in the Spirit, that only God can truly and fully satisfy. And that is our hope and prayer, because ultimately, as we have heard it in the gospel, it's really a personal decision. Even how much others would like us to receive and really realize, but ultimately it's up to everyone's decision. The grace of God is there, but there's also a personal response from each and every one of us. So may the grace of the Holy Eucharist touch our hearts again for a fruitful Lenten observance as we usher ourselves to the resurrection of the Lord in Easter.